Hey guys, welcome back to Frenemies. I'm Ian, and we're here for the series finale for The Punisher. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be ready for this. I'm also gonna be sad this is gonna be the last season for The Punisher. This is the last episode of that season. But last episode Dumont, she's dead. Billy's pissed, and unfortunately, Madani stood in front of the window for other people to see, not just because of Billy, but for people to look up at through the window that she fell through, or at the window she fell through, and see her. Funnily enough, I don't think anybody did except for Billy. But yeah, now he's gonna go up after her. So Frank's got to decide. Well, he doesn't even know where Amy is to begin with. So that's Amy's at wherever Pilgrim dude's at, where John's at. She caught him with the shotgun, the buckshot. Caught him pretty badly in the leg. Like, god dang, it peppered it. It looks so shredded and disgusting. but she went alone. She didn't. She dropped her phone. She didn't mean to, obviously, but she dropped her phone, so she can't call Frank, let her know where she's at. And she decides, instead of leaving to see if she can figure out where she is and then call him on some other phone, she goes in with the shotgun that was in the car and is gonna try to take him out. I don't know if she's going to, because she's still outside the door where I think that's where it cut off, or did it cut to another scene? No, it cut off with Billy looking up at Dumont, or going towards the building anyway. Not Dumont, Madani. So yeah, if Frank finds out, he's gonna have to choose whether to help Amy or Madani. If not, he might just go to Madani. Hopefully, she'll call Frank. Here's hoping. It's not looking great for our characters at the moment. For some of them, obviously not. Frank is okay, but he's banged up. But Frank did pull Mahoney out of the ambulance. They ended up getting rammed off a bridge. Poor Mahoney got messed up, but he's fine. He's walking afterwards after some time. Frank has the senator, I think he was, the U.S. senator. I already forgot. I think it's what he's supposed to be. And he's calling his parents. He didn't know. I'm pretty sure he had nothing to do with it, because whenever they were talking at the golf course, he and his dad, he was asking, he was telling him that he should leave town for a bit, at least for a short time, until something settled down or whatever. And he's like, what is going on that you want me to leave? So he has no idea. And I don't think he told him, obviously. So at least hopefully. I mean, we don't know for sure. He might still be somewhat playing Frank. I don't know. But I'm going to assume he has no idea still. So yeah, they're calling the folks that have been, that sent John after us in the first place, or after Amy anyway. Don't know where that's gonna go. But yeah, that's it, guys. We're I guess it's time to jump into this series finale. Why'd you get closer, Madonna? Nuh-uh. Maybe she's just unconscious? He didn't hold it too long. Uh-oh.
Hi, David. What do I owe?
Hi, Dad. Where is my son?
I am asking you, where is my son? That was more than a threat. It's a fact.
I'm gonna see you dead.
She's not happy.
I think it was a threat.
David.
Your son's bleeding. That's a fact.
You have to do whatever it takes to make David safe. You have only one path now, John. But Michael and Lemuel have two.
You understand?
I understand.
Good.
You should go after these people, dude. Come on, Madani. Ah, thank the gods.
Calm down, take it easy.
Sit down. Sit down.
Okay, I was right. He just choked out.
Taking out that guy on the bridge, and now this. You're trying to get back in my good graces, Agent Madonna.
Is it working?
Let's just say this whole risking your life act makes it harder to come after you.
Please. Will you tell me when you find him?
I will.
Mahoney, you're a good man. Better not die. Dang it, to keep changing rooms. Jesus, how many guns do you have? Oh, come on. Oh, he's gonna go up the... Oh. Amy, what are you doing? Yes. Okay, he has some of his guns. Took his gun. No! Amy, god dang it!
Go on, back up. Back up. Nope. Nope.
Frank!
Just do what he says. It's gonna be all right.
Doesn't have time for you guys, sorry. Sorry. Oh, the music. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh man, these are brave men, I gotta say. Oh god. Alright, Frankie, easy. I mean, I get you're trying to get to Amy, but easy. They're still good men.
No matter how much of a badass you think you are, you're gonna flinch, and I'm gonna take 2 inches off your liver.
I said no.
Jesus Christ, Billy.
This is stupid.
Oh,
We got one.
oh man. Uh-oh. You literally just tossed him? Yeah. Oh! That's gonna feel good. Oh! This is gonna be a really freaking hard episode to edit.
Already.
That kid right there. The one whose head you got that gun on, you see, I'd do anything for her. Anything. So once you take that weapon, you point it at me.
Frank, don't do this.
Walk away. Hey,
Don't do this.
stop it. You walk away, you go get in that car, and you drive to the end of the road, you hit the horn. When you get there, you hear me. Go now. Hey. Where is he? I don't know, John.
I made him angry. Oh, crap! That's why, okay. Oh! Not good. Oh no, oh no. Amy's gonna hit him with the car or something? Or shoot him?
You need a minute. I was waiting on you.
There's only so much you can deflect with the chain, dude. Really? No! Ugh! I swear to God if Curtis dies.
No.
Curtis.
Curtis,
Huh.
I know that I probably don't deserve it after what I've done. But if you can find it in yourself to be a brother one last time, I don't want to die alone. I don't want... I don't... I knew you'd come. And
Frank.
Frankie. Whatever I've done, I'm sorry.
What do you want? Money? We can do that.
Step back, Amy. It's too close.
Girl, move that gun away from my wife.
Amy, back up!
To move the gun away from my wife!
Get down!
Okay. Goddamn murdering bastard!
Really? Sorry, Martha.
I'm sorry. Are you saying that you care?
Think you a boil on my ass. Big one. One that just won't go away.
Yeah, I once put a stitch or two in your butt.
She did. Sometimes you find things and they change your life.
Oh, they expect that.
We need good people here to get things done. And let's face it, when it comes to this stuff, you're the best.
I'm offering you a job, Castle.
Already got a job, Madani. You take care.
Already got a job with Donnie. Oh, please tell me he's gonna pull out the vest.
What are you smoking? I didn't call. Oh, you want to dance? Is that what this is?
Oh, the jacket!
I'll dance with you.
Oh! Oh, dang it, why would you do that to me? Ugh. Man. Very satisfying, I feel. It's finale for the series. It's like kind of open-ended in a way, like loosely. Just like, I mean, you know he's gonna continue being Punisher. And the jacket. Oh man. Although we were missing with the white boots and the white gloves, but I mean, that wouldn't have probably looked right in this show. In the new-ish version of Punisher. Jon Bernthal is just such a great Punisher. He plays such a good version of this character. I love it so much. Like, I don't know a whole lot about him. Like I haven't read any of his comics really. I've seen him in the animated Spider-Man series, the '90s one. And I saw one of the Punisher movies. I forgot which one it was, but it was the one with uh, John Travolta. I don't think I saw the other ones. Yeah, I didn't see the other ones, but in my personal opinion, this is the best live action adaptation of the Punisher. I love it so much. Season 1 was fantastic. I hated that it took me so long to finish this season. There was just so much going on. It was just taking a lot out of me to add this to the mix. Even though like Billy's death was kind of quick in a way. Like granted, he was shot and was bleeding out and he was slowly dying, but just like the finishing was quick and it was fitting. Like it didn't like I didn't feel let down by it really. I almost feel like he didn't not deserve not that he didn't deserve exact. I'm trying to think how to. I don't know. It just the setting just felt right. The fact like not even if it wasn't like where he was at, it was just the fact that it was Frank that did it first off, and that it was just a quick double tap. It was I think he shot him twice, but part of me was feeling bad for Billy though. I'm not gonna lie. There was that last moment whenever first the conversation he had with Curtis, when he was saying, "I know I don't deserve it, but if you could find it in yourself to be a brother one more time, I don't want to die alone." I felt bad for him there. I mean, he doesn't. If he had just restarted and he didn't go down the way he did, the path the way he did, I felt like he could have been redeemed in a way. Like he has no recollection of doing these terrible things that he did, of turning this way, but it just didn't go that route. And then at the end with Frank, when he was saying, "I'm sorry for whatever I did," or he was saying that before Frank took him out, and then he just left. I mean, he stood there looking at him for a bit before he shot him, but afterwards he just left. He just walked out. I don't know I don't know if some people felt dissatisfied with that ending for Billy, but personally, I think it's fitting and it works. I mean, I don't feel like I'm missing something from that. So for me, it just felt like it worked. I was kind of thinking going to John and his kids. I was thinking that maybe he would ask him for help and that they were going to work to take them out. I didn't know if it was just going to be those two. Or they're going to have to deal with other people at the place. But yeah, I wasn't during their fight. Man, that was brutal. That was a brutal fight. They were both like the first heavy hit with the whatever the metal disc that he hit him with. It wasn't. I thought it was a weight at first, but then it was. I don't think it was a weight at all. And then also he used the chain as well. First he was strangling him with it, and then when Frank hooked it around him and yanked him down and elbowed him, that was just. I liked it. It was very kind of not desperate, but almost brawlerish. I don't know. I like the fight for that. It wasn't, that's just always has been the Punisher. It's not, martial arts like Daredevil flipping stuff. It was just literally just brutal. But at the end, yeah. I didn't think he was gonna, bash his face in like until the part where he was about to. There was this part of me that, like, for a split second, thought that maybe he was gonna go through with it, but then John got his attention and asked him to basically save his kids. And I figured Frank would because obviously, he knows what it's like. So, yeah, he went in. When Amy showed up, I thought Amy, like, since she left by herself, that, she was not gonna, that it was just gonna be her there, not Frank. But then part of me was like, maybe she went back for him, maybe they both went, but that kind of like went to the back of my mind when she was with when she pulled the gun on I was gonna say Martha, on excuse me, whatever the lady's name is. I cannot for the life of me remember her name. It's not showing me the credit. I went too far in the credit. I basically watched the whole end just because it was felt like I needed to watch the whole thing, the whole credits after it was done. But Martha Kent from Smallville, when she pulled the gun on her, when Amy pulled the gun on her, she was too close. I was like, Amy, you're too close. It's really not smart. And then Frank saves her because I think she probably would have she might have gotten away in time. She might not have gotten nicked, or stabbed or whatever she was gonna do to her. But yeah, then Frank shoots her in the head, and they're terrible people. But I felt kind of bad for Corbin's character because it was his wife, and he obviously loves her. But then he had the freaking gall to call them murderers, considering what they've been doing. I mean, technically they have been doing it themselves. It's like, but they sanctioned this. They set it in motion. They're the ones that ordered the hit. And with Amy and Frank, that was needed. I hate to see them having to part ways. I felt like that would have been good for Frank. Maybe not for Amy though. So having someone with her is also what can be thought of, a good thing for her. But considering Frank isn't going to stop what he's doing, it's not exactly the safest person to be with at all times. It was hard for Frank. It was hard for both of them, but it's just like he kind of you could tell he obviously kind of had saw her almost as the closest thing to a daughter he could have now at the moment, after losing his. He might not fully see her as a daughter because he would feel like maybe it's replacing her, which obviously it wouldn't be. But I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he does. I don't know that he didn't obviously state it, but it just felt like that's what he saw her as after all this. He obviously cared for her a lot. He made that very evident. It was just so hard to see them having to part ways. But it's awesome that he sent her to, or well, at least he gave her the number to call him and Curtis's friend of theirs for diving school. So yeah, that's something she's apparently wanted to do for a while, and it's just, I don't know. I felt it was a very touching scene with them, and that's the end of the series too. So it's just like obviously we're not gonna get, maybe they'll see each other later on in the show, but they could still see each other later on. Maybe she comes back to visit, or I don't see him leaving. But I don't think he stays in one place. He probably moves around still. It'd be dangerous for him to stay in one spot, one city. But it doesn't have to be in the show that they meet each other. It could happen. We could think of it as happening. I feel bad for Mahoney. He still wants Frank, even though he knows he's not bad, really. But he still doesn't approve of what he's doing, and obviously that he kind of killed Billy. He probably doesn't hate the fact, but he's just like, yeah, okay, but I need to bring him in. And then both Madani and Cursors like, who? Oh man, just making Mahoney's job even worse, or harder. But I'm glad everybody's alive. I was worried for a split second. Not for a split second, that's a lie. For a split second, I was sure that Billy had killed Madani, and that threw me. But then I was thinking that maybe I was more so hoping that maybe he just he didn't keep a hold of it for very long. He could have just choked her out, and then she'd still be alive, which turned out to be the case. Thank God. It was very worrisome. Luckily, Madani had put 3 bullets in him. One went through his shoulder. I don't remember what another one. I don't remember if that was the first or second bullet that went through his shoulder, but I don't remember what first or second bullet went. But the third one went point blank right here, straight through. So I'm surprised he had the strength to choke her out in the first place. And Dumont's alive. So she's broken in more ways. There wasn't no pun intended, but she's broken in more ways than one, obviously. She's screwed up again after having fallen through a window again. I feel bad for that, mainly just because she dealt with that when she was a child, and that's been, lingering on her since. But she did bring this to herself. I mean, she welcomed Billy, and she treated him human. I mean, I know she's supposed to remain objective, probably that's her job, but she went further than that, and even coming to loving him, she even tried to kill Madani, and she got those women, those innocent women, killed. So she has blood on her hands. Maybe not directly, but she has blood on her hands. And we don't find out what. Obviously, she was worried about Billy, and we don't see because she was saying that he's stronger. He's not gonna die. He's too strong for that. He's gonna come for me when time's right. And now, he's dead, so we don't know how she's going to react to that. We'll never know that, but it's safe to assume she's not going to take it well. She'll probably snap and just go crazier than she kind of has already. Because she's kind of lost it. I mean, being a psychologist or therapist they're susceptible to going that route because of all the mental issues they have to deal with in some patients. So it happens from time to time. Chances are she would have been probably sent to prison, or depending on how crazy she goes, maybe an asylum. I don't know. And I was a little sad for a second whenever Madani, she said she wasn't gonna need her, her badge and I think her gun anymore. I thought she was retiring, which I think that was her plan. But then she wound up joining the CIA now. So at least I thought maybe that was it was gonna be finishing her in a way. After this, she just doesn't want not the job she wants. Which I mean, I guess technically it wasn't, but she did more. I guess maybe I'm not sure exactly why. I mean, I thought it was just because she was done with this kind of life, but she's joining the CIA. Trying to remember if the lady, I forgot her name. It's been a while since I've seen her. She's not very prominent in the series really. I'm trying to remember if she offered her a job, but she seems to be fine now at least. So she's not like the scarring isn't destroying her, kind of like it was. It seemed like it was from the beginning of the season. So I'm happy for Madani at the very least. Like, I'm glad she's recovered and she's moving on with her life and doing more. I'm glad. This is earlier on, obviously, but I'm glad Amy called Frank afterwards. She didn't go in after him after all. After Jon, unfortunately, she did. She was during their ridiculous fight, the crazy gunfight. She slowly creeped forward with the gun, which she should have stayed where she was. But the fight, I mean, that was. I love my favorite part was him crashing through the freaking wall. Like Christ, that's just true Frank fashion. And he did. Luckily he grabbed one of the guy's stash of guns, so that made things a little more even. Well, I mean, it's Frank, but still, he had a pistol versus that dude's arsenal that he had. And I guess he had decided that he was either gonna die, Jon, sorry, he was either gonna die or Frank was gonna die, because he didn't. There weren't any bullets in the gun afterwards. He wasn't gonna shoot Amy. He had no plan on it apparently. So, I was wondering why he kept getting in close when he went to punch him instead of shoot Frank, but it's because the gun wasn't loaded. I thought maybe Frank had push buttons, or he got him angry enough to not think and irrationally punch at Frank instead of shoot him, but it wasn't loaded, so it was either Amy's talk got to him or he just was never planning on killing her. After what Martha had said to him about his kids, he was like, okay, yeah, either I'm gonna die and have Frank go after them, or I'm gonna come after them. I'm not really sure what his plan if he had died. All I know is that he wasn't gonna shoot Amy in the first. He wasn't gonna kill her in the end. And I'm glad that Curtis is let off the hook. Because he gave, I think the guy's name was David back, the senator. And obviously David, spoke up that he's just trying to do the good, do right. He didn't want him to be arrested. He didn't think he needed to be charged for anything. And obviously David's feeling guilty for everything that's happened because he had no idea what his parents were doing, what they were capable of. So yeah, luckily Mahoney was talking to letting Curtis off the hook as long as he didn't shoot another cop, which obviously Curtis would never do. So I do wish we saw Curtis in the 3 months thing. Like, I mean, I don't know how the only reason we saw Madani was because she was only calling Frank about giving him a job at the CIA. But I do wish we kind of could have seen Curtis after everything had settled down, after he got his life back. Hopefully, get back with the girl that he was with. I can't remember her name. I think I only got her twice, but I hope he was able to patch things up with her. I don't think he could ever tell her what happened, though. I mean, well, his face is messed up, so maybe she'd believe him. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he could have Frank give her a call and like vouch, like, yeah, he was with me. Sorry, he was with me. Sorry. That was a terrible Frank impression. But no, yeah, I'm glad at least that things worked out for Curtis and that he wasn't arrested or killed. I was so worried for that. I thought Billy was gonna be at his place, but then he got the call, so I was like, it's either Frank or Billy, but more so Billy, more likely Billy, which was the case. So yeah, I was just very paranoid, just because I mean Billy showed up at his house this first season, so I mean it's like it couldn't happen. I figured maybe he'd go to him for help or kill him or threaten him. I don't know. But I'm glad he's fine, he's alive, and things are hopefully good for him. Yeah, guys, that's the series finale for The Punisher. Yeah. That was a great season. I love this season. I mean, I gotta say I'm gonna miss the show. I'm really sad that it had to be canceled because the Disney, or is it just because ratings? But I think this season did really well. I think it might be better than the first one. But I don't know. I'll have to rewatch. I haven't re-seen the first season in a while, like since it first came out. So, but I did really enjoy it. I love whenever after Madani was offering the job, like, I already have the job, Madani, and he goes and freaking got the Punisher vest on, the jacket, or the duster. God, man. And then he does his famous Frank roar as he's laying waste to these guys. What a way to end it, man. What a way to end the series. Well, guys, that is it for The Punisher. Hope you enjoyed this series. Man, I'm going to miss the show. If you want to check out the rest of our stuff, go ahead and click the button right next to me. And if you want to stick around for more stuff we're having up, Jessica Jones is still going. Go ahead and click the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when our videos go up, go and click the bell icon down below. Again, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you in the next show.